We're back with a live look over Capitol Hill. Today, lawmakers heard that far-right violent domestic extremist groups are targeting more veterans and active duty military members for recruitment. Groups like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and 3 percenters are considered dangerous and potentially violent. Expert testified before a House committee about the recruitment efforts. And here's Mike Gooding.
The clearest and most pressing danger from domestic violent extremism in the U.S. comes from white supremacist extremists and anti-government extremism movements and groups.
The domestic violent extremist groups and recruitment of veterans hearing came amid a widespread government review of domestic extremism following the January 6th attack at the U.S. Capitol, which resulted in the arrests and prosecutions of more than 600 rioters. 5 of the suspects were active duty or reserve, and 66 were veterans. Witnesses told the House Veterans Affairs Committee that extremist groups for decades have specifically targeted veterans.
They specifically target the isolated, the impoverished veterans who are frustrated and confused, those who are struggling to adapt to the civilian world. They provide them with a tribe, a simplistic view of the world and its problems, actionable solutions, and a sense of purpose. And then they feed these vulnerable individuals a concoction of lies and an unrelenting narrative of political and social grievance.
But some committee Republicans pushed back, complaining that there was no focus in the hearing on left-wing extremist groups and that the witnesses did not address 2020 social justice protests following the police killing of George Floyd.
Those riots did incredible damage to people and property, and they led to the calls to defund the police and led to rising crime throughout the country.
This hearing is offensive, and the fact that you're going to save our veterans from becoming political terrorists is offensive to every veteran in America. I yield back.
Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.
Well, the committee is planning follow-up hearings on the issue of extremism in coming months. It will focus on specific recruiting methods and resources for veterans to avoid being victimized by the groups.